Beginning with Java 5.0, a new kind of for loop has been added. This is sometimes referred to as a for each loop. It can work in special ways with arrays and collections. This simple program creates a window for display, then it creates an int array of values. And it creates this for loop. Notice that the structure of the information inside the parentheses is nothing like the for loops we've looked at up until now. It begins in a sort of normal way by declaring an int named value. This declaration is followed by a colon. Then the name following the colon is the name of the array holding the int values. This special form of the for loop executes once for each member of the array, and in each iteration through the loop assigns one of the int values from the array to the name value. The body of the loop displays a single line in the window. Notice that the array name is never mentioned. It's the name of the variable that holds the value to be printed. Oh, one more thing here. A call to the line method requires a string, so the int value is being converted to a string by the plus sign that concatenates it with a blank string. The blank string is 0 length, but that doesn't matter. It's still a string and forces the conversion. Here's what it looks like. Anyway, once you understand the syntax of the colon and the for statement, it's easy to write and easy to read. You can look at it and see that the loop variable named value is an int, and the thing following the colon is some kind of something that contains a lot of ints. In this case, it's an array, but it could also be a collection. Here is basically the same thing again, but this time the aggregate object is a collection of strings. This is the creation of a generic object that contains the strings. If you don't know what that is, just take my word for it for right now. I'll be explaining generics a little bit later. This object starts out empty, but these four add methods insert the strings into it. Here you see the same basic syntax that was used with the array. A string object reference is declared, while the item to the right of the colon is something that contains lots of string objects. In this case, it isn't an array, it's a collection object. All that's left to do is print the name in the body of the loop, and that will print all of the names. Remember, this syntax of the for loop is new in version 5.0 of Java, so this won't even compile with earlier versions. The aggregate object is instantiated to be any of the types you want, so you could create such an object to hold objects of your own class, and then you could iterate through the list of them the same way. I'll have more information on these collections later.